Hi, I'm Chris Colvin. I'm the founder of In the House. We're a community for general counsel and other in-house counsel to connect and share best practices and to learn and help each other succeed. And we do this series called House Calls, where we interview innovative people in the legal industry, and we get their insights so we can share them with our community. So I'm delighted today to be here with Ryan Loro. He's the founder and president of LegalBillReview.com. So Ryan, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks, Chris. Thanks for having me. I
Uh,
appreciate it.
yeah, it's our pleasure. So why don't we start, Ryan, with just you sharing a little bit of your background and what made you want to create an innovative service for legal departments LegalBillReview.com?
Sure. So this is about early to mid 2016, and I was sitting around with a friend and business colleague of mine. His name's Joe Hopkins, and I have a lot of experience in the cost reduction space and a number of different spend categories. Joe happened to be a attorney of 40 plus years, so we were just kind of chatting in his office, and he said, "You know what? Has your company ever looked at legal spend?" I said, not really. It's not something, we never really got into. He said, "I'll tell you what, the billable hour business model of the majority of the big business, the big law firms out there really, there's kind of room to create something here." And it was as organic as a couple business friends just sitting around saying, "Okay, let's schedule 2 weeks out from now, and I'll do some research." And I came back and we talked about it, and from there we said, let's do it. So we put together a team, and fast forward, I guess, a little over 4 years from that point, and kind of here we are. And I just developed the business model from a casual, "Hey, we should do this thing," conversation.
Great, I love it. So I think general counsel are very action oriented and very tactical. So I think that message will certainly resonate. And speaking of general counsel, I know you work closely with GCs to help their legal departments reduce their outside legal spending. So from that perspective, what is some advice that you have for GCs and their legal departments so they can make it through the current crisis? I should mention we're sitting here in June 2020, so we're in the midst of a global pandemic as well as a bit of a financial downturn. So what advice do you have for GCs to make it through the current crisis?
Sure. I think anytime there's uncertainty and in some cases hardship. I mean, every business is affected a little bit differently. Every department's affected a little bit differently from this current pandemic. And I think it forces people in general to look at everything that's going on. It promotes improvement in a lot of times. So my advice would be take a look at everything. I could throw some buzzwords around like improve efficiencies and reduce costs and things of that nature. A lot of the times when we're talking to general counsel during these times, that they say, we spent the last 10, 20 years. I've been an attorney. I've been managing risk for the company, and now our CFO and CEO are coming at us and saying, "Hey, listen, we really love everything that's going on. We need you to put your business hat on, and we need you to kind of think like a CEO." And general counsel are CEOs of the legal department. So kind of look at everything that's going on and make sure that they're up to date with all of the products and services and ways of doing things. That's out there, and just kind of evaluate everything. So that would be
Yeah.
my advice to start.
Yeah, I think that's great advice. I do think there's definitely a move for general counsel to think more like traditional business people and bring more efficiency to their operations. So I think that resonate both with the GCs and the others in the C-suite. So we'd like to end these discussions on house calls, usually with a little bit of a silver lining, light at the end of the tunnel, pick your cliche. So we'd love for you to just share some of your thoughts about how general counsel and their legal departments can emerge stronger on the other end of this crisis.
Sure. So, like I mentioned in the last response, there's a lot of change, right? A lot of change in how in-house counsel communicates with outside counsel, and there's a lot of companies out there that have focused on innovation, that have focused on kind of different ways of doing things. And I think now that you know there's a new norm, not to use a cliche, that in-house counsel has an opportunity to review their costs across the board and make sure that their spend with outside counsel is as is as efficient as possible. That there's no billing errors, and it kind of allows an opportunity for them to open up the conversation. Say, look across the board. We have to run our company, and we love everything that's going on, but we have to put some improvements from a processes standpoint in place, and from a cost standpoint in place, and just kind of allows for in-house counsel to evaluate everything that's out there and make some changes for the positive in the future.
Yeah, I think that's a great message for the in-house legal community because the crisis is testing us all, and I think there is an opportunity for leaders to demonstrate how they can think like business people and really help their companies succeed over the long haul. So this has been great. I'm here with Ryan Loro. He's the president and founder of LegalBillReview.com. Thanks so much, Ryan, for appearing on House Calls today.
Chris, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Our pleasure.
Take care.